As I've expected at this point with this property, when they poured this slab, it was not very level. In fact, there's quite a few areas where we put this subfloor down, which is eventually going to become the floor for my console and my rack, and a couch, which will become a client couch. At any rate, when we put the floor down, it was literally places where it didn't even come into contact with the floor, so we had to level it with some of this floor leveling compound you see over there. It took us about 3.5 buckets, but we got it to the point where at this point the floor is level enough that we can drop this, which we'll do tomorrow once it sets. We'll start putting our TNG flooring on the top of it. You can see we left a space here open in the wood where we can actually do a cable chase. Long term, this is going to allow me to run cables in the future through this area in case we ever have to make changes or add stuff. One of the other cool features that I came up with, you might recall in a previous video I had mentioned how we were going to push this thing all the way up against the back wall, and I was going to put doors in there to kind of make it work. So that I could service it from behind. Well, for a variety of reasons, it was just a bad idea. And it occurred to me, well, gee, since we have the room, why not just give myself space and service it when we need to? So one of the problems that we ran into with this control room subfloor that you see here is those cavities, those 2x4 cavities that you see can resonate, especially with low frequencies. So it's sort of standard practice for studios to do something to fill in those cavities. And one of the very common approaches is to throw sand or some sort of soil in there. And it's actually not a good idea because the sand actually can trap moisture, which will conduct moisture into the 2x4s and the subfloor, which can cause mold. And of course, I just don't need that. Being a slab on grade out here especially, I could see that being a problem. So what we opted to do instead, after some research, is to use rock wool. And the rock wool is the same stuff that we used in the wall between the control room and the drum room, and it works pretty well. So I have a lot of belief that this will mitigate the resonant issues within the subfloor itself, and it should eliminate any issues that we have long-term with moisture buildup. At any rate, we managed to finish that. The wood floor, which is also something I got secondhand off of Craigslist, is a really nice Hawaiian bamboo that looks like mahogany. At the moment, it just looks like crap, but it should polish up nicely. And I figure worst case scenario, I spent 150 bucks on all this hardwood, and it is actual hardwood. It's not engineered flooring. The thing is, if I have to hire somebody to sand it, refinish it, so be it. I'll still be money ahead on it.